Back in the workshop, just finished the Morrison's shop, and here is my lunch. Tasty. Got myself a cheeky little healthy rice and chicken thing. Probably going to taste like shit, but got to try and eat healthy, haven't we? So yeah, here we are, back in the office, workshop, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. We're back once again. Arrived in the post this week. Intake pipe, 3.5 inch, and lambda probe, like Boss, to mount the probe to the new exhaust. So the plan is to get the exhaust system all fitted up, well, mocked up, welded together, and then obviously installed, and the larger intake. As you can see here, I don't know why, but it steps down from the 3.5 inch ball warner intake down to this, which is 3 inch. That's all my doing. I hold my hands up to that. I don't know why I got the step down. Just when I got the turbo, that seemed to be what I did. So yeah, going to go for a bigger intake pipe. The exhaust, I don't think I can go any bigger than 3 inch, hence why I ordered the 3 inch exhaust. It'd be nice to be able to step it up, but then the pipework's going to be so short coming out the bonnet anyway that it shouldn't be a problem, I'm hoping. So it'll be freer flowing than the exhaust that's on there at the moment anyway. So yeah, we'll get cracking on that. I didn't get a lot done over the weekend. I had a customer's car that I was working on, fitting a set of coilovers to that. So the plan is to get cracking this week and have the car in perfect shape. Perfect shape for next week, because next week is dyno time. Yeah, and I need it to all go smoothly so the car's sorted, and it's one less thing to worry about basically. So without further ado, let's get on with this after I've eaten that chicken. So freezing cold in the workshop. I've got as many layers on as I can, trying to keep warm. But this is the situation so far with exhaust tubing. It's a very tight radius, which, as you can see, if I show you like that, you can see that the turbo doesn't sit parallel to the engine at the head, it sits at an angle instead of parallel. The reason for that is because it's a Mazworks manifold, and the majority of exhaust manifolds that come for the SR20s have the turbo situated at that angle because they account for left-hand drive cars. So that brake servo, a master cylinder over there, would be this side, so it would take up this space here. So obviously the turbo couldn't be straight parallel to the engine because of the fact that the servo would be in the way, so the downpipe would hit it. And also on right-hand drive cars, I believe the ABS pumps there on maybe some S13s, definitely S14s. So yeah, just with the turbo like that, it makes it difficult to make the pipe and fit without making it really tight radiuses, and obviously limited on size. This is 3 inch, and that is as large as you can fit there. If the turbo was forward a bit, so sat a bit further forward like some of the 2J or 1J manifolds do, then you might be able to get like a 3.5 inch exhaust system in it, but I can't on this one. So anyway, what I'm doing is I've got this 90 degree and it's going to go on there, but I need to cut it down because, as you can see, it would hit the bulkhead. So the plan is to cut it down to about there, but then you can see that it's aimed then in the wrong direction, like it's aiming at the bulkhead, so we need it to straighten out. So I need to get a haircut. Look at this mop. Anyway, so yeah, that's what I'm doing basically. The only thing is I don't have any spare tubing. I've got a ½ meter length of straight tubing coming. That should be here tomorrow. but I'm going to crack on with what I've got at the moment and try and make it work, and then at least I can fall back on that, on the other tubing if need be. But what I've been using, which is not perfect, or not the best tool in the world, is the DeWalt chopping saw, abrasive chop saw. Link in the description below to the one that I use. It does cut, obviously, and it does the job, but it doesn't give you as smooth a cut as, say, like a bandsaw or maybe a cold saw. It just, because you're heating up the metal and the way I think the disc kind of deforms as you cut it, so it doesn't give you a perfectly straight cut. So it's not ideal for precise cuts, basically. So yeah, it's not perfect, but you know, decent bandsaw. I think you're talking about 800 quid. So if you were doing a lot of fabrication, it would be worthwhile getting. But obviously, I don't do a great deal of fabrication, just the odd bits here and there. So yeah, I'm going to use my DeWalt chop saw and cut it up. Alright, so today is actually day 2 of fabricating the exhaust. Got a haircut, as you can see, fresh trim, thanks to Harry. Yeah, so back in the office again. I've basically I've cut a bit off of the 90 degree so I can mount my mount it to the V-band flange. I had a bit of problems clamping it down because of the way the clamp works on the DeWalt saw, and because of the shape of the tube. It's just because it's round, it's not easy to clamp. So that's the best I can do. I'm hoping that it's the right fitment, so I'm going to tack it together now, fit it up on the car, and then I'll show you. So I'm going to get the TIG welder out, and I am going to practice on a bit of scrap first because I haven't used the welder in a while, so I think it would be wise to have a little practice. Yeah, so basically, yeah, so I'm going to do that now. So, where are we at? Well, as you've seen, I've tacked the metal together, and I'm going to turn down the radio because copyright, and then welded it. So the flange is welded onto a 90 degree pipe. The welding is not very pretty, so there's not really much point in me showing you that, but it is functional, it does work. So next up, I need to put this 45 degree section onto here. So I've basically made a little mark to line it up with. So I'll take this back off and then tack it on. Tack it together, weld it together, and then it will be done. Easy, just like that. So yeah, the one other thing I need to do is put the drill a hole and weld on the lambda probe bung, or the O2 sensor, whatever you want to call it, because obviously I need to make sure that's working before it goes for mapping and stuff. So I'm not sure if I'm going to have time to finish it today, but I will put it back on tomorrow. I'll finish it off tomorrow, have it all finished, I'm hoping, get it started up, and I'll hopefully be able to show you what it sounds like. I'm in two minds as to whether it's going to sound good or rubbish, but I guess unless you try, you never know. So it's a simple bit of exhaust, and I've still got my old exhaust system, so worst case I could always put that back on. kind of talking myself out of this. I don't know why, but yeah, I'm sure it'll be fun. I'm sure it'll be good to see flames out the bonnet and whatnot. So yeah, this battery's going flat. Fantastic. I need a camera with a better battery. I'm pretty certain the cold weather doesn't help, but these batteries don't last at all. It's flashing away. So thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, share if you can, and see you in the next video, which will be tomorrow.